Welcome back to Awakening the Inner Avatar. This is episode 6, Imprisoned, a powerful story about hiding your light, the cost of silence, and what it means to take your power back. Today, we travel with Aang, Katara, and Sokka into a village under fear, where one boy's gift becomes a risk, and where the strength of one heart becomes the spark that sets others free. Let's begin. The episode opens softly. Tall trees, quiet moments. Aang and Katara are relaxing. Sokka returns from foraging and gathering. Maybe with dinner, maybe not. Suddenly, a loud boom shakes the peace. They run toward it, expecting a threat, but find a boy. A young airbender named Haru, who's practicing alone in secret. Startled, he runs. He's afraid. Aang, Katara, and Sokka follow him to a small village and into his family's shop. There, they learn just how dangerous his bending really is. Not because of him, but because of the Fire Nation. Haru's mother warns them. Earthbending is forbidden. Her husband was taken away for resisting the Fire Nation. She will not lose her son too. That fear is real, but it leaves Haru trapped, suppressing the one thing that connects him to his father, his identity, his strength. Later, he opens up to Katara. He tells her how bending is the only way he feels close to the man he's lost. Katara shares about her mother and her necklace, the last gift she received before her own loss. The connection between them is soft, honest. It's a reminder that our grief can connect us, but also awaken our courage. Later, when a mind collapses and an old man is trapped inside, Haru is the only one who can save him. And even though using his bending could cost him everything, he chooses to help. That night, Haru is arrested, turned in by the very man he saved. Katara is devastated and determined. She chooses to get arrested too, pretending to earthbend just to be sent to the same prison. Aang and Sokka follow her to a metal prison in the middle of the ocean. There, Katara finds Haru and meets his father, Tyro. But the prison has drained their hope. Even in Katara's passionate speech, it is the strength of your hearts that makes you who you are, falls flat. They've been broken too many times. But she doesn't give up. When it's time for her to escape, she refuses. She stays. And together with Aang and Sokka, they make a new plan. They discover that even in a metal prison, there's still earth, coal, the fuel for the fires that power the fortress. It's a brilliant moment of seeing what others miss. The plan works. At first, Only a few fight, but as the tide turns, others rise up. Their gifts return, their courage returns. The prisoners win their freedom, and Haru and his father decide to return home and reclaim their village. In the final moment, Katara realizes her necklace is gone. And then we see it on the floor of the prison, now in the hands of Zuko. Let's pause, take a breath, and feel into what this episode is offering you. Haru hid his gift to protect himself. But there came a moment when hiding it meant someone else would die. Now ask yourself, what parts of yourself have you silenced out of fear? And what would it feel like to let them move again? Gently, safely, in service of truth. Tyro and the other prisoners had been hurt so many times, they gave up. Where in your life have you let go of hope because trying seemed too painful? What might change if you allowed someone else's courage to meet you there? Katara's speech didn't work the first time, but her actions, her spirit, those kept echoing. And in the end, her words rang true. Now say to yourself, it is the strength of my heart that makes me who I am. Even if no one listens yet, don't dim your voice. This episode reminds us that gifts are not meant to stay hidden, that hope needs tending, and that freedom begins when one person chooses to act with courage. Sometimes what looks like weakness is just strength that's been waiting for permission. Sometimes your fire returns when you remember who you are. You don't have to wait to feel ready. You just have to decide to stop hiding. I'll see you in the next episode of Awakening the Inner Avatar. This podcast is a fan-created project intended for educational and spiritual reflection. All clips, references, and content related to Avatar, The Last Airbender, Star Wars, Rebels, and other media are used under fair use for commentary, analysis, and transformative discussion. All rights to original shows, characters, and music belong to their respective creators and copyright holders.